everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of Academy City. We will be focusing on traffic management and expansion of our commercial districts, which is definitely going to generate the much needed traffic that we're going to be looking for and testing. So, right off the bat, we're going to address a couple of service district issues pertaining to our garbage and our crime as well. And how we're going to fix this is basically looking for what we are going to decide is our garbage area and our service area. So this area is really not used too much. This is decent. Just gonna downgrade this road here. Bring it up to here. This is interesting that we have this connection going here. So what we'll do is we'll stop it here. Take this part off and this part off. Off. I don't think that's gonna work out well. Hey, what's up, Tony? Welcome back to the stream, man. Let's try to get a straight road here. Actually, this altogether is not looking right. Instead, we are just going to drag it around the front. And we'll see how that works out. That turn is very awkward here. That's better. It is a new county. But this is the series for the how-tos, if you will. I've been getting a couple of requests on trying to do a couple of how-to videos, so this is, I guess, my version of that. Yeah. That's interesting that you say that because right now we are having a service district issue with and uh, crime and garbage. So we're gonna address the garbage issue first here, and then we'll also address crime. It'll be the same principle uh, for your excuse me, for your healthcare. Um, so right now, get one here, one there. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, let's show. I was thinking. Okay, these they're crazy. All right, so I'm gonna drag this one down. I think we'll stop it here. Hopefully that should be it. Oh, that is not enough room actually. There we go. Ooh, that is off. But that fixes it. Drop that off. Alright, now we need to put in a little bit more garbage. We're going to try and keep them off that main road because we don't want to cause traffic right there. Make sure that the way they're facing is definitely important. It looks like we can't get any more of these out here. We can get one here. Let's scoot it back. And we can get one here. I think that's alright. We can't get any more on here. We can get one here. That's fine. And we'll drop one of these here because I need to try and not use too many of these things because of the fact that they use 27 trucks, so I want to see what kind of impact just one of them has. I don't think I put any more out. Oh, okay, I did actually, so let me actually delete this, get that away from this side. Traffic problems as well. Yeah, we'll be tackling that in this episode as well, because there's already a couple of looming traffic issues. So we'll see how well this this garbage district right here works right now, and we need to make sure that we put a quick name. I did not check to see if I can. Oh wow, that's way too little space. Oops. Okay. Alright, so now we got our RCI that we're getting ready to address and our crime issue, which is steadily spreading. So what we actually need to get right now is, since we're practically in the center, we are going to get our government offices, county office structures together. And that's going to be the first of our major service districts. I don't want to create a four-way intersection here. but let's see. Those offices in the front. Oh, I don't have that building. Oh my gosh, that's right. This isn't that map. But the Statue of Wealth. Local tax office. We have to put the courthouse down as well. No, we won't do that. What we will do. No, it's not gonna work either. Okay. Interesting, but this touches them somewhat. It is doable. And then move this to the center here. It's gonna be offset one either way. Computer stream is not working, huh? Oh, I see. Interesting. I haven't done that method. But hopefully your computer gets working sooner than later, to be honest. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. No shopping here. Okay, so what we need next is hospital. And we're going to throw, this one will not be so major. 1,200 for, I think it's what, 10 cars? Wow. Wow. They are getting straight to work. And we have upgrading going on everywhere as well. Now I doubt those will be able to do it, so we'll actually add this here too. We should have a total of 25, and how many is this? 10, right? 45 cars on the road, helping us with our crime issues. See, health so far is alright. Sitting in the center. And our crime as the police start to spread, I know, right? Being everywhere. As our crime is sitting right now, as our police actually starts to spread, that's what I was saying. We'll actually start to see just how well the coverage is. But what we really want to know is if they will come out this way, being at the center right there. And so far it looks like we do have a couple of cars actually moving into this way. With 45 more cars on the road, this should definitely help us out with our police coverage. So we'll see what happens and how it looks as time goes by. Now, the next thing we're definitely going to address right now, in order to get more focused on our traffic and our demand, is our workers, our population. And what we want to do as we're actually creating and zoning and moving and increasing, we want to look at the traffic and how it actually all becomes affected. Where would that be at? 1, 2, 24. Seems about right. Cul-de-sac here, small cul-de-sac here. I don't think, nope. No. Should be okay. Should. I think we'll go ahead and put this here, throw that in the center. Oh, what? It does? Yeah, why not? Zone that out. Yeah, this is definitely going to end up looking like it just might be a problem. I know for a fact I'm going to have to redesign our on and off ramps. That is for sure. Oh, really? so the best way to do this would probably be create a cul-de-sac. I can dig it. Select. We'll do stop. Not bad. That is some steady. Wow. So the reason why we're looking at traffic on the left and right sides mostly, so we see that we still have cars coming down the center, um, but because the majority of our stuff is on the left and right side. Now this is a decent way for early game when we back out and we actually look at the city and how the gates are actually where the gates are sitting at. We did put our shopping down towards the bottom. um, yeah. Hmm. Well, here's the thing. It'll remove, I don't know about complete deletion, but what happens when you have abandoned buildings is you just have to solve the issue that made them go under. Like I'm looking at this part right now and I can see that obviously there's a need for workers, but as you can see, one abandoned building uh, just fixed itself. It's basically somebody needs to lease it out again, run the business again, lease out the building again. And when you have enough people or enough workers or whatnot to help supply, there's another one that just solved itself right now. And there we go again. You'll notice that the abandoned buildings will fix themselves when you solve the problem for what it is. And usually it's something zoning wise, if it's not something logistic wise. 9 times out of 10, it's probably traffic related. But they will fix themselves once you fix the problem that made them go under in the first place. The traffic actually evened out over here. I'm actually grateful for that right now. It's not as clogged and messed up as it was. We opened up some alternate routes for it to breathe over here, and I think that's what we're gonna have to end up doing to our gates to make this method continue to work. Now this is actually collapsed better. But I think our traffic is still backed up in other places. We're clearing the light at least. So remember, we want the whatever batch of traffic it is that we have at every light, we want it to clear as much as possible, if not all the way through, for every red and green light cycle. This is, but this is definitely gonna have to be reworked, or something else is gonna have to be done. So let's try and do this. We're gonna need more residential, that's for sure, and we do have this open as well. Hmm. My industrial roads, you do have to pay special attention to your trucks. Honestly, they're everything in your city. Uh, if you don't give them the proper road support or different things like that, you can end up really congesting your city. Okay, my apologies. How unprofessional. Um, I had to take that phone call. Um, so the industrial questions, of course, that you were going for. I'm gonna show you something in just a moment here. But let's try and get while we can. And the reason why I'm stretching this road as I am is because you want to give time for your for the cars coming off the highway as best as possible. You want to give them time to actually break up uh, as they come in. You don't want them going at a straight shot directly to the light because it could end up backing up the rest of your roads. So we're actually going to give more support back here for housing because we're still seeing a demand back there. We're not going to touch our other RCIs because we know for a fact that at our industrial area where we have a need for oh my goodness, nope, not putting it there. We have a need for workers. Can't actually go out too far. This looks cool. Give it that extra bit. We'll drop this on the back. We still want to save as much space on these highways for when we start upgrading because we're going to need to upgrade regardless. This is obviously an issue because I did not put down any of this, so let me take care of that. Face it inward. Get rid of these buildings. Burn down because they had no fire coverage. Shame, shame, shame. That should help them out a little bit better. Okay, so our industrial. Let's go ahead and look at that traffic pattern really quick. This is our industrial area, and we're using what's called our gate on and off ramp to our highway. Let me go ahead and actually. All right, let's take a look at the traffic pattern and the traffic flow. Let's see it real time really quick. We're noticing that we have some issues on exiting, although we got about half the volume of that road out, which is honestly not adequate enough because, as you can see, it can start to cause backups elsewhere. So we're going to need to give them a better route even more. But it should stay at this pace though, to be honest, because we only gave our industry down here a finite amount of space to actually expand, which means there's only going to be so much traffic coming in and out of here. Nevertheless, or nonetheless, excuse me, we are still going to need to provide alternate routes, and most likely it's exit routes to get out. So we'll take this to about here. Straight across is fine. We'll curve it out. Take this one here. Give it a little distance. Give it the connection. So we'll use that as another alternate route to actually get out, and that'll help relieve some pressure on this exit. The next thing we'll end up looking for at our industrial area for this gate here is going to be just how well it can actually handle the income of cars, that amount of volume actually going to and from. But as we can see on that right side, that right lane, that's our most used lane, we're going to have to end up keeping an eye on that, come back and check on it, and see if it's still flowing effectively. And let's hope our fire department can actually do something about these fires. Now, as we can see, our demand for that population has started to disappear. We're not really seeing so much of workers needed. And remember, we held off on our industry demand as well. Take it piece by piece, and it looks like we're going to start needing death care, so we left this part open over here, and we'll go ahead and use that. We'll face the next ones on outside. Can't fit one more, and we cannot. Why not? I feel like I'm gonna have to move that though. We'll see. Look at this. Now, why is this happening? It's because of the gate. When you see things like this, you're definitely working with an inadequate system right now. So they're dying for an entrance, alternatively, and they're coming from this side mostly. Let's see. This road, this section here seems like the next best thing for on and off ramps. I don't know if I can fit one of these here. I can. If we have it too close though, it'll cause an issue. So it would have to be at best smack dab in the middle. Hmm, not bad. We need to finish these connections, turn this one back. And now this we don't want to create a nasty intersection here. So what we're gonna have to do is rework this really quick. We're going to have to do that. It's gonna make our traffic weird. It's gonna make these. It's gonna make. We'll test it first. We're gonna cut this off and replace it with this. Remove those. About right here. I don't like the fact that it's not straight, but hey. I wonder, we will see. But for this is not going to be direct. No, no, no. Drag it back here. Nope, too close. That'll do. I don't know how well that is going to work, but we know that this is our next best area to actually let some traffic breathe from over here. So what's going to end up happening on this side of the traffic is they'll actually have to go around. They won't be going through here, although they might decide to. They'll most likely be breaking off to this left and going down this way. So we'll check back with this and see how well that's doing, but also at the same time we're going to leave these there. Now let's check on our commercial area. Oh, before I forget. Wait, this isn't it. Oh, here it is. Alright, let's take a look. Not bad so far. Not bad, not bad. It's working out. Let's take a look at our commercial area and see what's exactly happening over here. And I should definitely put some health over here. Death care. That is obviously not the place to do that. If I put one here, can I put one on the out? Nope. It won't fit. It will fit here. Ah, sad face. I don't like that. I'm okay with those. way, Jose, are we putting anything right there. Still taking cover with fire. Alright. So the way we did our traffic over here is a first for me. I don't normally use these roundabouts, but as we can see, it's at least for this early stage doing alright with the traffic, helping it to continue and flow. And we actually are using that method on the other sides as well. I doubt if it will be the most efficient, but we're also using it as a tester to see, to get a better look at our commercial flow. So right now we're going to expand our commercial district, and let's see. I'm going to go ahead and throw it off of this road. Can't stop it there, it's too short. That was almost on the mark. But by doing that, if I put this here, that's too short of an intersection for my book. Trying to keep traffic in mind and how everything is going to flow. That's not wise. Throw this one in here. We'll make enough space for one more. And then we'll close this off. That I accept. But wouldn't it be nice to drag this across? Can it even make it? It can make it across. Oh, see now. Alright. We'll try it. That I don't like. That car. Drop that in there to help with our job demand, but also to fill in the electricity gap. And once we do that, we'll toss this here and then create a higher density one that will play off of this road. If I put this here, oh, so close. Oh, this works. let that demand for stores crawl in. Wrong. We'll end up putting higher density. Yeah, no, we won't do that. And we got some extra space for that. Oh, traffic, actually. Let's get a look at that really quick. We got a massive cry for jobs at the moment, which means we might not get any new residents in. But we will have to work on satisfying our shopper need. That's going to be our next goal soon. Now, I don't think... Nope, there is absolutely no police here. So our commercial district will be the focus of our city services. They usually are, because that's where you're generating a lot of your money at, or at least a good good chunk of your money. If we're doing a commercial district all on its own, be experimenting with the district system, where we don't necessarily keep them in the city. It's gonna take a minute to actually move a lot of our city services out when we actually start that project. But the goal is going to be to take as many city services buildings out of the city and putting them out attached to the highway, so that they can actually use the best amount of their range and coverage area. They just seem to work better when they hit the highway and go straight to the source. Now we have an issue here in terms of wealth, not wealth, tax. So, are they serious? You can't possibly be serious. You're already at... Oh, the land value's low. Ah, that's not tax, that's land value. Okie dokie. Well then. We'll drop that in. I know that's land value. And we'll touch up with the park. Large one. Nope, can't do a large one. Oh, that would have been nice. Now, I do believe our commercial, yep, it is definitely catch up, and we're still seeing a demand. So while our residential demand is actually not there because it's still growing, we got room for houses and whatnot. We're gonna hit the high density section here. Whoa. And this should definitely give us a slow to our commercial. It should. And check on the traffic. So it is still moving. And they are still flowing. Let's return back to the city. Check the traffic here. Starting to see a little bit of our garbage issues. does pile up, but it is consistent, it is flowing, it is not stopping, and that's the main reason why we drug it out too. Instead of could you imagine if we just had a straight shot, this would be backing up like crazy. They need time for that light change to do its intervals. What may end up being a problem later is this road. That may end up being a problem. Toward the inside, looks like we still have issues back here. So, a lot of that issue is based off of this, apparently. Let's see what happens when we get rid of this road and send these cars further down the street. I wonder if we can get more cars in or use more lanes. For the most part, it seems like the same thing is happening, just further down the road. What does that say for the rest of the backup on the highway? It has cleared itself up. So if that's cleared itself up, I am under assumption that this, in just a matter of moments, this line will be much, much smaller. There's so many people crossing the street at the same time, it's also slowing the traffic. That's one thing I tend to overlook at times. Cars literally stop for the people. Do that quick pause. But everything is still moving, and one last look at our industrial to check on those roads. Looks like they're still doing good for the most part. Able to get in and out. We don't have a serious backup right here on this road anymore, and that is definitely good news. Emergency exit is still working out well, or the alternative exit still working well. Alternative entrance. A nice tip, one thing that I'm learning, if you are close to these transfer roads, like this one right here, and you know you're going to build an off or an off ramp or an on ramp, you want to keep it close to what it already, since this is going off of this highway, then keep, if you're going to build an extra road, then keep it going off as well, because what it does to the AI is the AI will tend to scoot over to the middle lane or the far left lane depending on how far their off ramp is, and as soon as they're, you know, the next exit away is when they merge all the way to that right lane. So you want to play off of that. Knowing that if I have these two off ramps here, and there's cars continuously, you know, going straight, a lot of my traffic is going to end up moving to that left and right lane, and I have these right lanes, these furthermost right lanes always active. So if I can put an off ramp right where the off ramp for this transfer is, it should all smoothly. If I flip this and turned it around the other way, I would have cars. I need to set up an example for that. But I would have cars trying to cram in on the on-ramp, cram in this way and going straight, and I would also have cars who already are on the highway doing that right-hand turn that you see that they're doing right now. So it's going to force them to cross, and that just causes backups all day. So since this is both an off ramp, we put both off ramps over there, closest to each other. It helps the cars flow smoothly. And as you can see over here, this is going. This is a transfer onto this highway, and this road here is a transfer onto the highway as well. Because remember, the cars, if you give them enough time, they'll scoot over to the left-hand lanes to make room for the cars getting on. And you want to give them enough space in between that they can actually make the transfers and not run into each other. They can switch lanes easily and not cram. So that is going to do it for this episode. We'll look to get another episode going later. I actually had to redo this entire episode because the first shooting of this did not, for some reason, pan out well. There was a big black gap, black screen gap in that video. But hopefully this one works out better. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comment section below. I will definitely see them and get back to you. Please subscribe at the same time and share to your friends if you guys like the footage and the feedback. The next episode we'll be looking at expansion, where we will be focusing heavily on our RCI and expanding little seeds toward each section of what they're probably going to end up being, and then we'll expand off of those as the county grows. That we'll try and grow them all together. We'll take a look at how different ways and different RCIs affect the different parts of the county that you're actually building. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to Tony. I'm glad you're able to make another stream, man. Always good to have you. Special shout out to new trainee as well, me. I appreciate you guys for giving us suggestions and the feedback as well, and to try and do this series. I hope it helps you guys out. I hope it definitely teaches you a couple of things. And if you have any questions, let me know. And if you learned anything new, let me know as well, so we can exchange ideas. I'm glad that you learned. I'm glad you're able to take something from this, man. It was definitely my pleasure. I enjoy doing this stuff for you guys. It's very fun. So hopefully I'll see you on the next stream, bro. Hope to get a schedule down too, so you can know when to tune in. I should definitely look into the Twitter for this stream and hopefully get something going even more with that and catch up with it. Keep up with it, I mean. Thanks a lot, Tony. I'm out of here, bro. I'll see you next time. Take care.